vinyl community, back with my first video in a couple of weeks, I think. First thing you'll notice is I am not shooting this on a laptop. Unfortunately, the laptop is kaput. It has just packed in, brought it in for repair. Apparently, I don't know what is wrong with it. They can't quite figure out the problem, but it is just not working. Got a new hard drive and everything. Yeah, so it's just, I won't be filming any further updates on the laptop, so it's, I'm filming this on my camcorder, which I filmed all my early videos on. There's not much room, unfortunately, but I suppose if I move back a bit, you'll be able to see a bit of detail. But anyway, just before Christmas, I had a yet another VC meeting up with Jimmy, Earl of Suave, and Ben Costello. It was my second meeting of 2014 with Jimmy, and we came down to Cork for the day with Ben, and we had a fantastic time. Met up, did a bit of VC bonding, and we went to the town of Cove, which is just outside Cork City here, to the Titanic Museum, as Cove is the town where the Titanic made its last stop before its fatal voyage, and that was my first time in there myself, so that was very interesting as well. So yeah, so we had a fantastic day. Jimmy was over here in Ireland for approximately 3 days on a flying visit. So and some VCLT was exchanged on that visit. First off, Ben Costello. This is a poster by Lee Ronaldo, which Ben got him to sign for me. There we go. So Lee Ronaldo played in Waterford, and Ben very kindly got this fantastic souvenir of that gig, and this is definitely something to treasure, and hopefully I can get this framed, or I can get it kind of, you know, great to get it kind of, you know, where I can kind of display it. And, so thanks very much for that, Ben. That's not all that I got from him. He also gave me these two Bowie related items. This is Best of Bowie compilation CD from 2002. It's a double, and from the same year, Heathen, this special edition of Heathen on a CD. It's one of those Bowie albums that I was missing, so I'm very, very happy to get this. This is a fantastic album as well, from his from Bowie's later period, before he made his unexpected comeback again in 2013. So thanks very much for those great items, Ben. Now Jimmy also brought me something from across the Atlantic. So Nick Cave and the Bad Seeds. The Firstborn is Dead. Nick Cave and the Bad Seeds' second album. This contains classic tracks like Tupelo, and the title, of course, Firstborn is Dead, refers to Elvis's twin brother who didn't survive the birth. Jimmy, you were kind of unsure of whether this was bootleg or a legitimate release. I have checked on Discogs, it is actually a bootleg. It's a German bootleg which came out last year, but it is, I mean, sound quality is perfect. I mean, there is absolutely nothing at all wrong with the quality of the sound. Plays perfectly, and it is a fantastic album which I have been missing. So thanks very much for that, Jimmy, and we will be returning to Nick Cave during the course of this video. Some other pickups that I've made. This is something which I got. This is as part of well, I got some money for Christmas, a voucher, all-in-one voucher, so I spent it on this. I suppose most of you will be aware that Bell and Sebastian's back catalogue has been reissued on the Jeepster label. This was actually shown by Big Star 1000. Showed this recently. This is Fooled Your Hands, Child, You Walk Like a Peasant. Originally released in 2000. This has been reissued along with all of their back catalogue. It comes with this nice little Obi strip there. So as Freddie Big Star said, this is one of their probably one of their lesser known works, but very well worth picking up nonetheless. Now this is something very interesting which I picked up. I picked it up, those of you who saw my last video may have seen two albums by Low, two actual signed albums by Low which I picked up very cheaply. Now I got this in the same shop. This is by Jason Molina. He was a singer-songwriter from, I think, Ohio in the States, I think. He actually died prematurely in 2013 at the age of 39. He had a severe alcohol problem. Now this, he recorded under a variety of names or of titles, but this was recorded as the Magnolia Electric Company, and this album is called What Comes After the Blues. Very kind of reminiscent of Neil Young, I think. There's kind of a country, alt country folk influence, very, very strong songwriting and performances on this album. Now, this is actually, the back of the record is actually signed by the band and including Jason Molina himself. And so it's going out of focus. Okay, there we go. So he signed it for somebody called Sean, who for some reason then subsequently sold it to this record store, but signed by all the band. And this only cost me, I think, €8. So it was a very, very good pickup, and the fact that it's signed by the late Jason Molina makes it, you know, just adds to that, okay, so moving on. The only item or the only vinyl item which I picked up online recently was this. It was something which I've been meaning to get for quite a while. I got it on Discogs. That is the soundtrack to Stanley Kubrick's Clockwork Orange. Now this includes compositions by, well, he was known as Walter Carlos, but since has become Wendy Carlos. Groundbreaking electronic compositions and electronic treatment of classical pieces, but as well as Wendy stroke Walter's musical contributions, there's also standard classical pieces by Rossini, Beethoven, also Overture to the Sun, which is which appears in the movie as well. I Want to Marry a Lighthouse Keeper, and of course Singing in the Rain by Gene Kelly. This came out in '71 on Warner Brothers, and it is in pretty nice nick, and it's something that I've been looking for quite a while, because I am a big fan of the movie Clockwork Orange. Okay, I'm just going to switch to a CD now. I will be switching to a couple of CDs actually. I will be showing some more CDs in a minute or two, but this is the other item which I bought online. I bought this directly from the Industrial Records website. So this is Throbbing Gristle. This is Journey Through a Body, which was their last studio album, recorded in 1981. Well, it was the last studio album of their first period before they reformed again in the early noughties. But it was recorded in '81, recorded in Rome, and released posthumously the following year. And now, for anyone looking to kind of get into kind of discover, anyone who's not familiar with Throbbing Gristle's work, this is probably not the best place to start, because it's not really the most accessible of their work. A lot of it is quite harsh. The opening track, there's a kind of use of white noise, and it's like this kind of piercing. A lot of it is kind of it's kind of not easy on the ears, so to speak. So it's probably, but nonetheless, it is a very challenging and interesting work, as is all of their Throbbing Gristle's output. This item as well, I picked up the vinyl version of this was shown by Jack Styles. This is White Noise with an Electric Storm, which originally came out on Island in 1969. This is an absolutely groundbreaking electronic album. I highly recommend this to anyone who with an interest in early electronic, but it doesn't sound remotely dated, and it could have been recorded yesterday. Okay, now at the moment there is a sale on in my local independent music store, and I decided I would. Now I don't have a lot of cash to hand at this moment, but I did kind of set my sights on a couple of items to pick up. So I got all these three items now. I got them for 25% off. This is a single by Spiritualized, 7-inch. Hey Jane, part 1 and part 2. Great piece of new, this came out in 2012 on Domino. So it's a great piece of neo-psychedelia, and nice bit of design there. You are feeling very sleepy. Okay, so that was one item I picked up as part of the sale. The next item is something which I actually, now this I think very much counts as a grail. This is by a band, well, it's by an act called Recoil. The album was called Liquid. Recoil is a side project of Alan Wilder, who was previously a member of Depeche Mode. So this was recorded in 1999 and released the following year, in the year 2000. It came out on Mute. This is an original Mute UK release, and this actually goes for huge money. If you look this up on Discogs, the cheapest copy you'll find is just under €90. I got this for €7.50. Yes, that's right. The guys in the shop, I mean, they clearly know their stuff, but this, for some reason, they clearly did not do their research on this, because they had it priced at €10, and with 25% off, I got it for $7.50. So anyway, the album itself, strong. It's kind of experimental electronica. There's strong shades of Massive Attack, of Portishead. There's a lot of guest vocalists, some of whom work and some of whom don't. The most interesting vocal work is from Diamanda Gallas, but a lot of the vocals are done by a lady by the name of N Blackman is her name. I'm not sure of her first name, but she features quite a lot, and her vocals to me are a bit weak, and a bit not that interesting. But anyway, it does go for massive money, that album, and I was amazed to pick it up for such a low price. The other item I got was this reissue of